Another camp is Abu Shuk, now crossing the border back into Sudan. And again, I'm going to click on the icon, the photo icon, to bring up a photo. The photos and testimonies available in the map illustrate not only the destruction, but the suffering, beauty, dignity, and resilience of the people of Darfur, which you can see in this photo. The photos that you see are from a collection of 7 acclaimed photographers, including Ron Haviv, actress Mia Farrow, and former African Union monitor Brian Steidel, as well as the photos from museum staff Jerry Fowler and John Heffernan. They relate the stories of refugees struggling to survive and evidence of atrocities on the ground. I'm going to go to a picture now that Brian Steidel took that's available in the interface. It's right here. The caption reads, 1-year-old Mihad Hamid. Mihad Hamid, a 1-year-old girl whose mother had attempted to escape an attack from helicopter gunships and Janjaweed marauders on their village Aliyet in October 2004. Mihad had been hit by a bullet, puncturing her lungs. I can go to the clipboard available in the interface, which you see here, which will bring up another kind of resource, which leads you to a video of Brian Steidel telling the story on our website, which I'm going to play for you now.
This was one of the first photographs I took in Sudan. Her name is Mihad Hamid. She's 1 year old. The government attacked the village of Aliyet. Her mother was carrying her, wrapped around the side of her with cloth, as they often do. And she was shot, entry wound in the upper right side of her back and the exit wound in the lower left. She wasn't breathing very well at that time. She wasn't expected to live. Often when you encounter the people out in the IDP camps in the villages, because I'm a white male, they automatically assume that I'm a doctor. And this day, she had thought I was a doctor, and she holds Mihad up to me to take a look at. And here's a baby laying in her lap, barely breathing, and I motioned to her to please put the baby down, relax. And that actually kind of solidified in her mind that I was a doctor, because I was telling her what to do with her child. Instead, all I was able to do was write my report and take the photograph.
Every balloon available in the interface allows the users to learn more by clicking on this link, which will bring you to the website, to the museum's website, and to find out how they can help by clicking on this link. All this information is visible over the arid landscape of Darfur. Where the aid effort has had some success, but that aid effort is in peril. In the past year, a dozen aid workers have been killed, compounds robbed, and workers beaten, harassed, and sexually assaulted. A map of an area where conditions have become too dangerous for workers shows a shrinking arena of operations, with wide swaths of territory off limits. The orange areas here in this map represent areas that are consistently inaccessible, and the yellow represents frequently limited access. More than 900,000 people are living or hiding in these areas. And you can see that pretty clearly just by looking at the amount of camps that are in those areas. People have been driven from their homes, and all that sustains them was destroyed. The lucky ones have made it to the camps, where they must rely on outside assistance. And that outside assistance has been consistently hampered by the government and their proxy militias. It's our hope that by combining this up-to-date satellite imagery with authoritative data and evidence from the ground in Google Earth, we can make it harder for people to stand idly by when genocide happens. This museum is built on the premise that by understanding the past, you can better shape the future. Towards that end, the museum is doing its own work to make its extensive collection of maps, photos, and other information on the Holocaust available as Google Earth maps, letting our audiences see that history in a new way. Here, we're going to use the timeline feature that's built into Google Earth to see a progression of the opening of major camps during the Nazi era. Now remember, these are just a tiny fraction of the full amount of camps, which we will be putting into the interface over time. I'm going to play that for you. It starts in May 20th of 1933 and goes until May 4th of 1945. As the war is won and the liberation of each camp occurs, up until May 4th, 1945, which is the picture in time that you have right now, that picture in time is one day, May 5th, 1945, before the liberation of Mauthausen, which is why it's still on the map. Clicking on that opens up a balloon that leads to more information, rich content on the museum's website, and with links to its Holocaust Encyclopedia, where we're going to translate that encyclopedia into many languages in the coming years. Other information available in the interface include an encyclopedia, a new interface to our encyclopedia, where clicking on geolocated camps and ghettos and other places brings up images and part of the text that you get to when you come to the website.